You gotta be quick.
Their careful dedication, technical expertise, and outstanding contributions in the field of aviation safety have been invaluable to furthering the mission and goals of the Federal Aviation Administration. The award is, of course, named after brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright, the designers, builders, and pilots of the world's first powered airplane, the famous Wright Flyer, which first flew at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina on December 17th, 1903. Presentation of this award is intended to recognize and celebrate the lifetime commitment and accomplishments of old and bold pilots such as Harry Balance and Pete Smart, who continuously present a positive image of the FAA in respect to aviation safety and a shining example to their fellow airmen everywhere. The award we're about to present to these two distinguished aviators consists of a stylish commemorative wooden plaque with a certificate of recognition personally signed by Michael Huerta, acting administrator for the FAA. A gold distinctive lapel pin signifying 50 years of accident, incident-free flight operations. A stick pin, similar in design to the lapel pin, is also provided to their respective ladies, Ms. Carol and Camille, in recognition of their faithful support during their husbands' respective aviation career. I'll also be providing Harry and Pete an official and oh so very complete blue ribbon adorned copy of their entire airman record, as is currently maintained by the Airman Records and Certification Branch in Oklahoma City. Finally, and in lasting tribute, their names will be recorded for posterity in the Roll of Honor, also known as the Aviation Safety Hall of Fame, a leather-bound book prominently displayed today at FAA Headquarters Building in Washington, D.C. I'm pleased to report that Harry and Pete will hold successive scroll numbers, number 58 and 59, representing the state of Georgia on that Roll of Honor. Harry and Carol, would you join me at the podium, please? A native Atlantan, Harry Green Balance Jr. enjoyed the rare good fortune of being born into a family full of aviators and self-acclaimed barnstormers. His father, Harry Sr., learned to fly in an open cockpit fleet biplane at Candler Field, what we know today as Hartsfield International Airport. Harry's mother, only the third woman in the state to hold a private pilot's license, and her two brothers often flew around Georgia, landing in farmers' fields and hopping rides to the local gentry for the then exorbitant fee of $5. Now, Harry is quick to confirm that his folks were indeed respectable people, not carnival workers, and that what they did was just a means for them to fulfill their passion for aviation. A passion Harry obviously was destined to share. It began as a child growing up at Buckhead, building model airplanes and reading books about flying, was kindled by unforgettable trips with his mother and dad in the family Stinson SR-5 Reliant monoplane, and later honed while learning to fly J-3 Cubs at Woodrum Field, 3 miles northwest of Roanoke, Virginia. Harry earned his private, commercial, instrument, flight instructor, and multi-engine ratings while a college student at Washington and Lee University. Following commission in 1962 as a second lieutenant in the Army, he served as a T-34 flight instructor for Army flying clubs, notably Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and Fort McPherson, just up the road a piece. 'Twas during this time frame that he purchased his beloved Stearman November 1714 Mike, also known, I think, as the horse you rode in on today. Am I right?
That is right.
In November of 1964, Harry was hired by Delta Airlines as a second officer flying sideways on the Douglas DC-6 and DC-7 passenger aircraft. After 2 years enjoying the life of a bachelor airline pilot and very comfy in the right seat for Delta while enjoying his days off in his Stearman and newly acquired J-3 Cub, Harry admits to being swept off his feet by Miss Carol Kendall, a stewardess he met aboard a Convair 440 flight to Detroit one fine day. This high-flying and well-traveled couple are today the proud parents of 3 daughters, 1 son, and 3 grandsons. Harry soon moved up and onward to other Delta jets, subsequently qualifying in the right seat of the Convair 880, Douglas DC-8, and eventually the Boeing 747. He flew his first trip as captain for Delta in 1971 on the DC-9 and later qualified on the Lockheed C-130 freighter, the Boeing 727, Douglas DC-8, Boeing 75, 76, and 777, the Lockheed TriStar, and the MD-11. He also admirably served as a flight instructor and line check airman on the DC-9, Boeing 727, DC-8, and Lockheed L-1011. On December 1st, 1999, after 35 years of exemplary service, Harry Balance retired as Delta's most senior MD-11 international captain with more than 900 crossings of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and having flown as captain on every airplane in Delta's fleet, save one. Which one was that, Harry?
737.
7-3. I got time in that. We're covered.
Okay, we're covered.
As you might expect, however, the story doesn't simply end here. Not ready to give up flying large aircraft, our intrepid hero soon found a second career flying Canadair Challengers for Georgia Jet, home based in Atlanta. Famous passengers notably include Mikhail Gorbachev, magician David Copperfield, comedian Larry the Cable Guy, Tony Bennett, and then there's my own personal favorite, Monday Night Football singer and starlet Faith Hill. You lucky dog.
She photographs better than she lives.
The best thing about this job was that his wife Carol often came along as the flight attendant. Throughout his 5-decade-long pursuit of excellence, that has also included a stint with the Commemorative Air Force, piloting the B-24 Liberator and B-29 Superfortress bombers, the recent meticulous restoration of his dad's very own Stinson Reliant, and active participation with the EAA Young Eagles program, Harry has earned 13 separate type ratings on Airline Transport Certificate 1518739, while carefully and safely amassing nearly 32,000 hours of accident incident-free flight hours. Certainly amazing accomplishment. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. Harry, there's your plaque.
Thank you.
Your blue ribbon package is right there, and we have pins for you and Carol, and I'll expect to see you wearing those today, all right?
We will. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir. You bet. Pete, Camille, will you join me at the podium, please?